I want to crochet.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today on my channel. Today we're gonna look at some yarns that I purchased from 𝗏𝗡𝗡𝗡, and you can find them on 𝗏𝗡𝗡𝗏.com, and I'll put that down in the description. And so I wanted to go through 4 different yarns that I purchased that are different yarns that I've never used before, and I haven't really ever been to this website before, so this was a new experience for me, and I'm really excited to share them with you. First one that we have for you today is Chroma worsted weight. There you go. And I have to put on my glasses, put on my specs for the specs. Let's see, I'll hold this up like this while I do the specs so you can see the beautiful colors. It is 70% superwash wool, 30% nylon. It's a 4-weight. Machine wash cold, tumble dry low. So you can machine wash these as long as you do it gently, I would say, with a nice garment bag or something. So they say to use an I through a K hook. This particular color is 𝗨𝗡𝗣𝗡𝗡𝗚. It's 198 yards for 100 grams. And I worked up, it's $12.99 when you don't buy it on sale. It's $12.99. I worked up a swatch. You can see here, just half double crochets. It curls up a little bit, but I think it's because it's a small swatch sample, so I think it wouldn't do that otherwise. And it's got a really nice drape to it. It's a little stretchy. It's got some stretch to it, so it's going to be really beautiful once I get this color here coming in through it. This will be really pretty. I'm excited to finish this up. I'm not sure what I'm making with this yet. I think it'd be beautiful in a cardigan or a scarf. I might just do a scarf. We'll see. It feels really nice. It's squishy. That's a really good yarn. It's a 4-weight. I'll put that up there as you can see. Yeah. And like I said, it's $12.99. It's a little bit steep, but it's not a bad price. You can find them on sale sometimes, and you get a lot of yardage in this, so I think you could make some good things with it. It's really beautiful. I'm excited to get into that one. The next one I have is Brava Bulky. It's this one right here. Let's see, so you can see it. Brava Bulky weight. Okay, and let me tell you about the specs on this one. It's a 5-weight, 100% premium acrylic. It has got 136 yards for 100 grams. The color is Fairy Tale. I'm going to look at this way. It's Fairy Tale. Then I was going to tell you, the size hook that they say to use is between K and M. I used a J hook, and I did the swatch right here. I did half double crochets again. It's easy to do. It's not too tight. It's not too big. So I love the drape on this one. It's very soft. It's very gushy. I mean, it's 100% premium acrylic. So it's really nice and soft and works up really well. I like the way that it worked up. I'm excited to make my granddaughter Poppy a cardigan because this is her favorite color. And if you didn't know this is the 2024 color of the year. They call it berry. Everyone calls it something different. These guys called it Fairy Tale, which I love. I love that name. That's really fun. And let's see, then the next one I did was the Snuggle Puff. I bought this. It just sounded, I love the name, Snuggle Puff. I thought, oh, well, gotta try that. So I'm going to show you this. This is what it is, Snuggle Puff. Worsted weight. It's a 4-weight. Get that out there so you can see there. 4-weight. It is like nothing. It's the softest, airy, nothing. Just like cotton candy. It's like cotton candy. I just don't even know. And so I worked up a swatch. Started to work up a swatch here. But I didn't want to do too much because I was afraid it wouldn't frog. So let me see. Oh, it frogs just fine. It's but I don't know what I'm going to make with this. If you have any suggestions for me, if you've ever worked with anything like this or this, just leave it down in the comments, as I would love to know what would be good for this type of yarn, because it has me baffled. But it's really fun to work with, and it's very light. You wouldn't even know you had anything on if you you'd think you were in the Emperor's New Clothes. That's what you'd think. So the last one that I have for you is called Chroma Twist. It's a bulky weight. Let me show you that. Let's see there. Chroma Twist. It's 127 yards, 100 grams. It is 70% superwash wool, 30% nylon. It says to use a K through an M. I used a J again. It's machine wash cold, tumble dry low. And this color is Avalon. It's a really beautiful bunches of purples. As you can see in there, light purples, maybe even sort of a magenta, and then into some purples. I worked up an entire hank. This is what a hank looks like, in case you don't know. A hank is worked up differently than a ball or a skein. And I worked up this entire ball, or sorry, hank, and you can see it's really pretty. This is just half double crochets. I'm making a scarf for my sister who loves purple, and she was down visiting me. She lives in Idaho, and it's very cold in Idaho. It's very windy in Idaho, so she'll love this scarf. This will be great for her. I'm excited, and I didn't want to keep going because I wanted to be able to show you a hank, the whole hank, and then when I finish with this, it'll be whatever double this is, right? So it'll be good. It'll work out good. I'm excited to get that to her. I'll have to mail it to her, but that'll be exciting. So, oh, that was $12.99. I forgot to tell you that Snuggle Puff. The Snuggle Puff is $6.99. $6.99 a ball. This is a ball. And I forgot to tell you that brought up a bulky weight. Turn the right way. There we go. Is only $3.99 a ball. So you can afford to do things with this. That's why I'm making a cardigan for my niece, or my granddaughter, Poppy. Yeah. So those are the yarns that I found from Knit Picks, and I was really excited to find them. I'm excited to use them now that I've shown them to you. Now I can start using them. That'll be great. Wanted to tell you a story today, and one of my fantastic yarn for the day is a story about how my husband and I got engaged. You remember in the first video I talked about how we met. It took us 2 weeks to get together finally, and then once we did, we spent every day, we would find a reason, call up and find a reason to get together and do something together and do things. And we rarely spent time alone. We always found something, somehow, some way, every day to get together, because we were just smitten, both of us. Michael had made a commitment to not be very physical with his person that he was going to marry, because he was older and he didn't want to have a relationship based just on physical attributes. So he decided that we would hold hands and do that kind of stuff, but we wouldn't kiss. And so I wasn't sure that he was that committed to me, because we would hold hands and we would be affectionate that way, but there had been no kissing. He didn't tell me that he wasn't going to kiss me until he loved me. He didn't tell me that. So I just assumed he wasn't as interested as I was, and I was very interested. My mom, Valentine's Day, we met in January, and Valentine's Day came, and we were still just seeing each other every day, but not like it was a given. It wasn't a given yet. And she went and bought a Valentine's Day card for me, because I was too shy to be that forward, I thought. And so she bought it and made me sign it and give it to him. So I did that. That was his Valentine's present. And for me, for Valentine's Day, he left on the porch balloons, bunch of balloons and hearts that he had made. And it was really, really sweet. I loved it. And then to come to find out, he'd done that to 2 other girls as well. Yeah. This is a guy. He's always making sure. He wasn't sure. So that was February 14th. And after that, we became we went on a date that night to get ice cream, and that was really fun. We had to drive and drive and drive and drive. We were in Southern California. We couldn't find an ice cream place, and we drove and drove and drove until we finally found a little place in the middle of nowhere, and we were able to find some ice cream and eat it. And we just always had fun, always laughing and having a great time. And from that day on, then it was a given that we were going to see each other every day, and we became much more committed to each other. And then there was an event at Disneyland, March 4th of 1989. I'm pretty sure that's the right date. Oh boy, am I going to be in trouble. No, because Michael doesn't remember, so we'll be fine. So they had Mormon night at Disneyland, and I was excited to go to that with him. He came. He asked me in a really fun, special way to go, and he came that night and brought me a rose, and then we went off to Disneyland. And we lived in Southern California, so that was not a hard thing to get to Disneyland. We were 45 minutes away, and so we went to Disneyland. We were having the best time, great time, and he decided to start a contest of how many people we ran into that we knew. Now, yeah, I think I've told you before, my husband is 6'7", 6'6", 6'7", tall. He has spiky hair. He's very noticeable. You could spot him anywhere, and it hasn't changed hardly at all in the 34 years we've been married. So people recognize him because he's tall, and I'm short. I'm only 5'3", so people don't see me in a crowd like they see him in a crowd. So he started keeping track on his arm, little tick marks of people how many people he ran into that he knew, and how many people that we ran into that I knew. I don't remember how many I ran into that I knew, but it was under 10, and his was like 24, 34, something like that. It was a lot of people that knew him. And we got about 2 hours into the night. We were having just a blast, just a great time. And he said, let's go to It's a Small World. And anyone who's been to Disneyland knows that It's a Small World is not a prime location, not a prime attraction. Back in the days when they had the E-tickets and the ABCDE tickets, that wasn't an E-ticket. So, so I said, sure, that's great. Let's go do it. I love It's a Small World. It's not that I don't love it. It's just that it's not a prime attraction. So we went to it, and they have the boats. If you've been to Disneyland, it's in a boat, and it's in a canal, and you go along the way, and you see all different types of the world. And they're singing It's a Small World, like it's stuck in your brain forever and ever. And now I bet it's stuck in your brain. It's a small world after all. Yeah, now it's stuck. I did it. So we went, and we were riding in the boat. We happened to be alone, which was nice because not a lot of people were there to go on It's a Small World. And we get to the part where there's penguins in a snow part of the country. I think it's Iceland or something like that. And there's penguins. And as soon as he sees the penguins, he turns to me and he says, I want to marry you. And I was just, you're kidding me. I mean, I knew I loved him very much, but I didn't know that he loved me. And so this was just exciting and wonderful. And I gave him a big old hug, and I just sat there and hugged him. And he didn't hear anything that I said. I said that I loved him in his ear, but he didn't hear me because It's a Small World was going on. And we just went on, and I was so happy and just thrilled to death. And we finished the ride, and I'm just dying inside, just bursting with so much joy and happiness. And we go to the end of the ride, and he tells the girl, can we go again? And there was nobody waiting. So she said, sure, you can go again. I thought, oh, okay, well, that'll be fine. We can do that. And we went around again, and we got to the penguins again. And he said, if you need time to think about it, that's fine. I understand. And I said, oh, no, I don't need any time to think about it. You didn't ask me a question. You just told me you wanted to marry me. So, yeah, I want to marry you too. So that's just a little tip for you who have not been married yet. Ask the question so they have a way to answer it, and then you'll get your answer back. Otherwise, if you just tell them, there's nothing for them to say back. So, so then we kissed for the first time, and it was amazing. And then he put a Mickey Mouse Band-Aid on my finger. That was my engagement ring. And we went off the ride and started finding people to tell them that we were engaged. We were so excited. We saw his sister, she was there, and she had known that this was going to happen. So she was very excited for us. And then we saw other people that we knew, and we started telling everybody. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. Something I cherish and remember always. So Disneyland has got a special place in our hearts. So that's the fantastic yarn for the day. I'm really thankful that you would come and listen to my channel today. And I hope you're having a great day. Today is January 1st, 2024. And if you're listening to this video today, I hope you have a safe New Year's Eve and that you got home safely and that you're thinking about what you want to do and your plans that you want to make for 2024. And you're enjoying football or enjoying time with your family, whichever you want to do. And thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Bye.
That was awesome!
You have to crochet!
That's my grandma! That's my grandma!